Well, I guess I'm in here all by myself. I'm getting ready to shoot my 10-22 for the first time. And setting up my target and everything. We use some shoot and see targets on the main target. I'll show you the main target here. It's just a silhouette. Hello everyone, I just want to give you a recap of my outing to Target Time, which is a little gun shop and indoor range on Farm to Market 1187 in the unincorporated town of Rendon, Texas. They do have a Burleson address, but they're not actually in the Burleson city limits. They're in far south Tarrant County though. I set out with 300 rounds of CCI standard velocity lead round nose bullets, and these were recommended to me so that I could use them in the break-in of the barrel of my new Ruger 1022 takedown. After about 16 rounds into the first magazine, I experienced my first malfunction. It was a failure to go into battery. I had one after another for 7 or 8 rounds, but the last few rounds in the magazine ran just fine. I thought the magazine was a problem, but upon subsequent uses, that proved not to be the case. I had an expert look over my rifle and review the video, and he determined that I had loaded about 8 rounds upside down. Ha ha. Sitting down there 20 yards. Not fast. Well, my grip's not too bad. That's not bad at all. Aiming for the center X. Out of all the rounds I fired later that day, I just had one more failure to feed. However, after about 250 rounds had gone through the gun, I started to experience a few stovepipes. I guess that's to be expected. After I finished the 300 rounds of standard velocity, I shot 20 rounds of CCI Mini Mags and 30 rounds of some old federal ammo that I had. I don't have any idea what it is. It's just been in a bag for several years. Both of those were noticeably louder and more powerful than the standard velocity.
Very often I'm going to run it later. Oh, more magazines. Right shoulder. And I was aiming at the top of the black circle. As center as I can get it. Do you want to watch me load? Fun, fun, fun. I guess I should see what damage I did. That target this time. Yeah, some of those shots got wild, really wild. I got all the way over here, something like that. Not one of them hit the target though this time. Folks. Okay, shooting headshots. Shot low. Shot low. Still low. Little adjustment. Shoot over the left shoulder.
The little scope came off 3 different times while I was doing all this shooting. It's just a little cheap 4x40 Simmons that was made for a 22 Magnum. Came with a pair of cheap dovetail scope rings. I had them tightened down pretty good, but I didn't use Loctite, so I guess that was all my fault. Besides, I was pretty sure I was taking this scope off pretty soon anyway. I really do like this little rifle, but I can already see that I'm going to be making 2 changes to it. The first is to replace the bolt catch plate, which currently requires 2 hands to release the bolt. The second change will be to install a larger charging handle so it'll be easier to grab a hold of reaching over the top of the scope.